Get in, nerds. We are playing Victoria 3. Our first order of business today is I'm going to expand our area defense armies. I think that just makes sense. They need a little bit of artillery to get their kill rate up. Because 25% kill rate is pretty significant. I don't know that they need lancers. Yeah, I don't think they need cavalry. Cavalry are not that great. But we're primarily going to be increasing their infantry forces. I think we'll do 5 and 5. Maybe 5 and 10. But we'll get started with that. So, let's do nice even spread for each of these armies in all the locations. In all the states, rather. So that's 4th, and then we'll do the same for 3rd. And the artillery. Now that 1st Dutch Army is down to 18 base units, which is a little silly, I think I just want to round out my numbers here. Just because that's a silly thing that will kind of bother me. Let's see. I'll put this one in Gelra. 2nd Dutch Army is reasonably strong. I think I want to increase the overall number of artillery in here by 10. There too, no. There we go. So that's a nice, solid number. And then for the 1st Dutch Army, I think we're going to go a little bit buck wild. I think we go up to 18 artillery. And then we continue to increase infantry until all these are rounded out. Alright, nice. I love round numbers. Alright, so that's actually a really kind of bananas number of infantry. Let's throw another 5 artillery in here, and again, this is more my love of round numbers speaking than anything. We'll get Gelra up to a nice even 30. So this means our mobilizable population is up to 170 battalions, and that's a very respectable number. It also means, it's going to mean that a 2nd army, we should rename these. Let's rename these. 1st Dutch Army, you're going to be renamed the Army of the United Netherlands. Second Army, you're going to be the United Netherlander Expeditionary Force. Oh, don't have enough, we'll just go with the Netherlander Expeditionary Force. Nope, not even that much. Maybe the... Huh. I'll come back to that. Let me see. Did I get the whole name? Yeah, I got the whole name for these ones. So for the 3rd and 4th armies... 4th army needs another leader. Let me see. This is an intelligentsia guy. He's got kidney stones, which isn't great. Oh, that's terrible. Never mind. We'll put this guy in there instead. It's kind of bothering me that these are out of order, not gonna lie. So we'll grab this guy and promote him, and maybe that'll move. Bothersome. Well, I'm about to change their names anyway, so it's not that big of a deal. Alright, so these armies refer to as the Home Defense Force. and the Coastal Defense Force. And we'll rename this army the Netherlander Republican Guard. There we go. That's nice. So that'll give them a little bit more personality. Let me see. What about logos? Do we like logos? Let's see. Don't want a crown because we don't do kings. This is a very Republican looking logo. Yeah, we'll do that. For this army, for the logo, we'll just do cross swords. I think that's reasonable. And then for these armies, let me see, Home Defense Force, definitely the Fortress, and Coastal Defense Force. Let's go with... Stars are probably fine, but let's go with the cannons. There we go. Nice. Alright, so what else are we... Now that we got the important stuff knocked out and dealt with, we've got a Communist Party in the upcoming election. Let me just refresh my memory. Oh, interesting. So the Communists, so the intelligentsia has split off from the trade unionists and are now forming a Communist Party. This is actually potentially really good because I can put them out and have just the Social Democrats in the in office with a full, with a nice solid amount of legitimacy, and that'll be nice. Let's take a quick look at France and Great Britain and see if they're still shooting at each other. Yep, that's going to take forever to load. Oh, wow, that number of kills has gotten, of casualties has gotten really high. 2.5 million versus 2 million. Really a lot. Los Altos, I don't wish to invest in you. Oh, intelligentsia are no longer powerful. That's interesting. We'll just go ahead and declare neutrality on a lot of these wars. And this one, Baden, I'll keep an eye on in case the in case everything goes buck wild. We're still having a little bit of a hard time fulfilling our lead needs. Let me see, where else can I build lead mines anywhere else in the customs union? Not really. So there's the skyscraper survey. Skyscraper site identified. Our architects and engineers have identified Brussels and Flanders as the optimal site to begin construction of a skyscraper. Gentlemen, we are going to erect the tallest building in the world. The foundation alone will need hundreds of men, more if they will not work 12-hour shifts. Every day we'll need to transport thousands of bags of cement into the heart of a metropolis. We must secure an immense quantity of steel that must, like Atlas, hold the weight of the whole world. The task ahead of us is monumental. Lay the foundations. Alright, so we'll go ahead and get building that. Let me see, where is it? Here we go. Not bugged so that you can build more than one anymore, sadly, tragically, one might even say. Let me see, and all we're building right now is oil rigs. Yep, that's just fine. And iron mines. We're finishing out some iron mines. So I don't have any ability to get more lead in my market, but what I can do is invest somewhere, someone I can buy lead from. Let me see. The French are already using lead in their market. Right? Where is it? It's here. Alright. Well, lead is very expensive in France right now, but that's okay. Because if we build up gold mines in France, or lead mines in France, we can help make that possible. So we'll go ahead and build 10 levels in Lorraine, 10 levels in Rhône, and 5 levels in Algiers. That's unincorporated territory. That'll be nice. God's will. Just Courtenaire of the Catholic Church has been seen preaching in favor of the Catholic party, convinced that their victory has been foreseen in God's plans. Do you think that God would not have a plan for our pious nation? Of course there's a plan. There must always be a plan. I've seen it, let me tell you, and I've seen it as clear as I see you right now, just before my eyes. And who else is there to lead this adrift government, other than those who clearly read that plan? Who are we to stand against God's will? Slightly stronger Catholic Church. Such a shame the nation is not ruled by God then, minus 40 popularity. But surely God wants the Communist Party to win. What kind of momentum does the Communist Party have? Not much. Let me see. I'm gonna lose him out some popularity, though. I think that's my way. Bashkir mass immigration from Russia. Excellent. Alright, doesn't seem like anybody... Oh no, Hesse is getting involved. Doesn't seem like anybody large scale is getting involved in Hesse, or in Baden. So we'll just go ahead and stay neutral on that. That'll be just fine. Still improving relations with Switzerland. Kind of, yeah, they're doing proportional taxation. That's wonderful. The Unions campaign. Utilizing Burkhard-Closet's connections to the trade unions, the Social Democratic Party has gained a much greater share of dedicated and ideologically committed union voters. Stacks of posters exited the printer's shop, each bearing the logo of the Social Democratic Party and a slogan. Men with hammers, calls for solidarity, and red ink by the pail splashed across the papers, ready to be pinned up around the city by a veritable army of partisans. He took a moment to look with pride at a draft sitting on a workbench, studying the shapes printed on the paper, at the vibrant reds, blacks, and whites, and then most of all to the bottom right corner where the crucial sigil made its appearance, produced with union labor. Mobilize the union vote for the Social Democratic Party, 30% momentum. Or, strong trade unions will serve us for many years, 10% momentum, 5% of trade union member pops become more loyalist, 20% stronger trade unions. This is interesting. I think I'm going to mobilize the union vote. I think momentum's better. So that's going to give us even more. Yeah, we're having a very strong showing by the Social Democratic Party, projected to win 64% of the vote, and potentially even be able to form a non-coalition government, which will be exciting. Let me see. So, oh my goodness. What is this? Oh, Measure Teen is having a revolution. So, let's see. Ethiopia is likely to decide with Measure Teen. So what's this actually about? What are the differences in politics? They're an autocratic parliamentary republic. Cultural exclusion, state religion. Appointed bureaucrats. This is over Social Security. That's what this is about. This is the intelligentsia. No. I have no idea what this is about. But I think it's over Social Security. Anyway, I'm going to keep the government in charge, so I think that's what we're going to do. I will go ahead and mobilize... Let me see. What do the forces look like? They've got skirmish infantry, so I can't be completely off the wall here. So I'll go ahead and send the Republican Guard. And I'm going to mobilize. I'm going to start conscription. We're going to properly mobilize. We're going to not take any chances with this. Ethiopia will probably stand on our side as well, and that'll be just fine. Oh my goodness. Eastern New Guinea is being mass colonized. Oh no, they've stopped. Because of the war between the British and the French. Yes, I see. Speaking of which, how's that going? Ooh, multilateral alliances. That's going to reduce infamy generation. Again, this is not the game. This is just the game doing bad. Ha, golly. I'm not excited that a huge number of French and British people are dying, but it is an interesting situation. And over here, we've got a Kabu uprising that I am not involved in. Alright, so I've got malaria prevention spreading to me, which means someone's got malaria prevention, which means colonization is going to be properly spreading into the interior of Africa. It looks like France has got it first. Yeah, because they're going much faster than these British holdings. Although it looks like Great Britain's got the technology themselves, but only France has got the other ones. So that's exciting. Oh my goodness, there's a religious revolt in Siak happening at the same time. We'll go ahead and mobilize the Coastal Defense Force. Oh boy, that's too many fronts. And I'm going to start conscription for this army too. I think that's... See... Okay, exile from the Casamid state. Alright, there we go. So the Republican Guard is in. And there's the elections. So, what can I do politically with this election? I've got a really righteous government. I can throw the intelligentsia out of the government. Does that change anything if I do that? They might petition for a council republic, which I'm not necessarily looking for. So, let's see. Total separation is an interesting proposition, but I don't have that much authority, and I'd like to keep my authority. Free trade, I can rely on the trade unionists for this. Right of assembly, I can go to protected speech. I can rely on the trade unionists for that. Yeah, so only if I want to change the religion law, which I don't necessarily. Wage subsidies or old age pensions. I don't necessarily need to worry about this. And in any case, I don't need the intelligentsia for this, so I'm going to put the intelligentsia out. Will be a righteous government of just the trade unions. So, I think it's probably time. We've got enough bureaucracy. Do I want to, or do I want to just increase workplace safety? Because I could go to old age pensions. I think going to old age pensions is the right call. I know that reduced workforce ratio is not ideal, but employment's going to potentially be difficult. So I think we'll go this way. And this is going to upset our landowners, which I don't care about, and our industrialists, which I don't need to care about all that much. I'm going to go ahead and declare neutrality on the... Wait, where is this? On coal. In here. Do I have any ability to affect this? I don't think so. Alright, we'll get this going again. Yes, it's time. It's time for us to do this. This is going to automatically pass in just shy of a year, so that's going to be just fine. Yes, Banjar is liberalizing their citizenship. Just doing a quick check here. Marina Kingdom still has a state atheism movement. That doesn't feel like something that needs to matter to me. Yep, Ethiopia is working on agrarianism, and Majertine is working on wage subsidies. And winning its war, which is excellent. Yep, there's a movement to preserve no social security, but it is not actually affecting anything, so I'm feeling pretty jazzed about that. I'm going to be winning this war with 1 battalion. Set those armies to advance. Am I in advance over here? I am. Alright, so how is the battle going? It's looking like it's going real good. Not at all worried about that. Feeling pretty pleased about my number of loyalists. Standard of living is really rock solid in this country. Alright, there is the aristocratic revolt in Majertine dealt with. The Republican Guard is on the way, but I don't think that the Coastal Defense Force is going to really need any help, because it doesn't appear the enemy has an army. And we're in study. And there's... Cool. I did it. Oh! Paulo de Beer Portugal has retired. So who does that leave in control of the intelligentsia now? Admiral August van Zeeland, a rear admiral and a reformist. Interesting. I wonder where he's going to wind up. They'll probably start their own party. It's interesting. That's very interesting. So we're getting working on these lead mines in Rhône. And that's going to help us. So, actually, right now, I'm going to start an import route of lead from the French market. We'll start similar routes from the Prussian and British markets because we can get quite a bit of lead. But my goal here is to increase the amount of lead I've got access to total. I need more engines, I need more steel. I can definitely produce more steel. That is no problem whatsoever. Engines could be a little bit trickier. Let me see if I can do more. Hey, Standard Oil achievement. Nice. I think increasing the size of the engine industry is going to be viable, but we'll need to be a little bit conscientious about how we do it because we're going to need more power. Oh, also, I've been working on powering other stuff. Actually, yeah, let me focus on power for now. Because there are still other things I want to automate. I have sucker wrenches, I can do rail carts. I'm definitely going to do that. I got electric fences going already. There's some, like, assembly line stuff. Yeah, I can do assembly lines for a couple of these buildings. That's right. Automatic power looms. That's what we need. So 10 electricity per level. Which means in Holland we're going to need 3 levels of power plants. Flanders and Gelre we're each going to need 2. Friesland we're going to need 1, and Wallonia we're going to need 2. Alright, so we're going to need 2 everywhere, except 1 less in Friesland and 1 more in Holland. So... one in Gelre. 3 in Holland. Or was it 1 less in Friesland? I think it might have been 1 less in Friesland. Let me double check. Yes. And then 1 more in Holland. Beautiful. Alright, so once we've completed those power plants, we'll go ahead and we'll get electrics running in our textile mills, and that'll be nice. Let me see. Water tube boiler is good for the motor industries. We do assembly lines. That's also going to cost a bunch of electricity. But it's only 5 per level for assembly line. So that means we'll just need... We'll need a lot of levels in Gelre. We'll need... Well, only 2. 2 levels in Gelre. 1 in Friesland. Two levels in Gelre. I think we actually don't need any in Friesland and 1 in each of the other areas. So that'll be just fine. So we'll queue in a little bit more power. 2 in Gelre. Did I actually say none in Friesland? That seems unrealistic. Do I have very little motor industries there? Yes, that's the situation. Alright, cool. Excellent. And that'll provide us with enough electricity to properly get assembly lines running in those areas, and that'll be just fine. I'm going to go ahead and throw the rest of these mines, or the rest of those power plants, in among the other power plants. Oop. Augusto Pinto, exiled from Brazil. Interesting. We're almost finished with our first batch of lead mines. So that should be just fine. And that will allow our motor industries to be more productive. We've still got a good amount of oil. Some of it's going out in trade routes, but we don't necessarily... It's not necessarily a problem. Where are we with coal? We're actually doing rock solid with coal. We've got plenty of coal in the customs union, and that's really good, because coal's really a break point. There's old age pensions. Excellent. So we've got a little bit of, plenty of bureaucracy to play with. Let's go ahead and increase Social Security and workplace safety by 1 level each. I think once that finishes, or maybe we'll go ahead and increase our government production methods, because we still haven't converted all of these over to telephone switchboards, although we've converted the majority. Let's go ahead and do that. It's going to cost the government more money, but that's okay. That's going to put us at our final place we're at in terms of overall bureaucracy. Hey, France, need a hand? No? Okay. No skin off my nose. Alright, they want protectionism. We're very trade dependent. Our economy is very trade dependent. That's the only thing I'm not necessarily happy with. What if I give them protected speech? I haven't suppressed an interest group in forever, have I? No, not really. We're gonna do it. We're gonna wait. If I do protected speech, these guys are gonna stop giving me bureaucracy, and that's gonna actually hurt a little bit. Oh no, they only dislike it -5. It'll be fine. Armed forces will be a little salty. Landowners, Catholic Church. I still think it's worth it. Protected speech gives us reduced leverage resistance. Wait a minute. Extra tech spread, but I don't really get tech spread. I'm kind of on the cutting edge technologically, I think. It's going to cost me a little bit of authority. Hold on. Is protected speech not something I actually want right now? I think it might not be. Hey, Yogyakarta. No, I don't want to just take... I can't get a protectorate, which is what I would really want. Would a treaty port be nice? A treaty port would be fun. I could really mess up the shape of the country if I got one in central Java and ended up blocking off this area, which I might, because I see a port there. Do I have a bad relationship with Java? I do. Let's do it. It's going to be a little infamy, but not that much. British and French still shooting at each other. Alright, we will do as we've been doing. I'm going to mobilize the army of the United Netherlands and put them on the front, but I'm not going to raise conscripts. And then for the secondary armies, I think I'll leave them be. Should I raise conscripts for them? I think I will for one of them. I don't think Netherlands is, or I don't think Java is going to invade me. It's interesting. So what do I have spreading to me technologically? Hey, there's mechanized farming. Oh, that's actually really good. So do I have any tech spread? Here I got malaria prevention spreading in society. Under military, I do not have anything spreading. And under production, I have steam turbines spreading. Alright, so I'm still benefiting from tech spread. So protected speech will be useful for my tech, because I'm still not all the way ahead. Are you worried yet, Java? Yeah. Back down. Back down. Give me a treaty port. I love treaty ports. And there's our skyscraper. Touching the sky. Construction of the Brussels skyscraper in Flanders is complete. The first building of its type in the world. It dominates the skyline and inspires all who gaze upon it. My skyscraper would not have been possible without the hard work and grit of the thousands of people who dedicated themselves to its construction. Of course, as chief architect, I had perhaps more impact than most. In fact, one might even say the lion's share of the credit is mine. In fact, this pinnacle of human achievement, this new Babel, was born entirely from the machinations of my own mind. Look upon my works, ye mighty, in despair! Dutch architecture is second to none, 75 prestige. Not gonna get us over the French, but it's not nothing either. Excellent. We're having a little bit of a, is this causing an opium shortage? No. 2 arms. Alright, now our armies have not landed yet. Oh, gosh. Where? Okay, here we are. We're here. We're here. We've gotten landed. We're in a battle, and we're winning. Excellent. Our armies have become invisible, but we're still doing the thing we're trying to do. What about you? Somehow you wound up back here, and you can't get there. Well, that's unfortunate. Can't get anywhere. Where are you? What's wrong with you? Ooh, and there's the steam turbine. So this actually might significantly change our power situation, but So Yogyakarta is losing significantly, but if I can push back and get control of the state back. Oh, there's no front. That's why my units bounced back to... Well, that's obnoxious. Alright, well, it happens. I'm not worried about that. Let's take another look at this war. Slow the computer way the heck down. Yep. Yep, that's a lot of casualties. Wow, that is over 5 million casualties on the British side. Let me see if I can get historical data for Britain's population. Yeah, it's leveled out. Language in the classroom. The Austrian Bantu students sometimes use their native languages in Dutch schools. Some have called for teachers to penalize the use of these languages, forcing children to speak the official language of the United Netherlands. You noticed it too, right? He gets angry when anyone talks in class, but he always gets angrier when we're talking. Maybe he thinks we're talking about him. I just think he doesn't like being reminded that we know something he doesn't. Schools should teach them to speak the proper language. I'm going to keep doing that thing, even if it's kind of super villainy, because that's kind of how I'm going with this time. You know, we're doing what we're doing. So this war is going to end itself out. I think we'll call it at the end of this war. I'm not really interested in sending an army back there. I think it'll be just fine. Feeling really good about the politics overall. Standard of living is rock solid and continuing to rise, in fact. Wow, look at this number of loyalists. Gosh. Gosh, that's really solid. We've got a lot of... I think we'll go up to level 3 and 5 for these. We'll have a nice solid... a nice solid situation. So, we finished out with our power plants. Let me just go ahead and swap those over to what I was going to. So, automatic power looms. That does actually make those more productive. And then assembly line for motor industries. Excellent. So that is rock solid. Let's get a little bit more into the construction queue before we close out the episode. Oh, I don't. Yeah. Interesting. So I could technically still fight. Yeah, that's okay. I don't need to. So that ends the war. Let's let a week finish ticking over. And then we'll figure out what we want to do with the market. I want to build some more motor industries. I think that's the most sensible way to do things. So, let's see. If I recall correctly, it was Friesland that had some motor industries, but not many. We've got plenty of infrastructure available here, so I'll go ahead and throw 10 levels in. And I'll throw... Let me see, how much power is that going to use per level? Is that really 50 electricity per level? I guess it is. We're going to need some more steel for that. So we'll throw... 4 steel mills into production. And for all that, we're going to need a little bit more power, but I'm going to wait and go over to coal power next episode. Transport's looking really good. Power is looking alright except for Wallonia. So tell you what, Wallonia, you will have the first coal plant in the United Netherlands. You just think you're less productive. You're actually more productive. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Alright, that is the end of this episode. My nerds, I've had fun. I hope you all have had fun. And I will see you on the other side.